across vast deserts and dense jungles. From the golden sands of Egypt to the hidden ruins deep in Mexican rainforests, ancient megastructures rise like unsolved riddles carved in stone. Their origins remain one of humanity's most captivating puzzles. Who were the people behind these massive constructions? How did they move stones weighing tons, craft with such precision, and align their architecture with celestial bodies, all without modern tools? These aren't just remnants of the past. They are messages from civilizations whose knowledge may have far surpassed what we give them credit for. I'm the Curious Moai, and today you'll uncover 7 ancient sites that continue to baffle experts and spark intense debate in the scientific world. These places challenge conventional history and force us to ask, how much do we really know about our ancestors? Get ready. What you're about to discover will completely reshape the way you see the ancient world. Roughly 140 kilometers from the heart of London stands one of the world's most iconic and puzzling ancient sites, Stonehenge. This prehistoric structure, estimated to have been constructed around 3000 BCE, continues to stir curiosity among researchers, historians, and even spiritual seekers. Built during the Neolithic era, a time when humans had already mastered the crafting of polished stone tools but had yet to discover metallurgy, Stonehenge raises more questions than answers. Who exactly were the builders? And more importantly, how did they manage to transport and erect massive stones, some weighing up to 50 tons, without advanced engineering? What we do know is that the largest stones came from a location roughly 30 kilometers to the north. Part of that journey likely involved floating these megaliths down rivers, possibly using large wooden rafts or dugout canoes. Once on land, it's believed they were hauled using primitive sledges over logs, requiring immense manpower and coordination. But even this theory is still debated. There's also mystery surrounding the monument's original appearance, what it once looked like in its full glory, and what it was truly intended for. Some researchers propose that Stonehenge served as a kind of astronomical observatory, allowing ancient people to predict solar and lunar events with remarkable accuracy. Others suggest it was a sacred site for rituals, perhaps a ceremonial center tied to seasonal cycles or the passage of life and death. One thing is certain, Stonehenge wasn't built all at once. Its construction spanned over 2 millennia, with 3 distinct phases and long gaps of abandonment in between. This alone hints at shifting purposes and evolving cultural significance across generations. Stonehenge is more than a ruin. It's a coded message from deep time, still waiting to be fully deciphered. In the middle of the vast Pacific Ocean, far removed from any major civilization, lies a small and isolated landmass that holds one of the greatest archaeological enigmas on Earth, Easter Island. Scattered across its grassy terrain are enormous stone figures known as Moai, each carved with distinct features and standing as silent sentinels of a forgotten era. Weighing up to 80 tons and standing over 10 meters tall, these monumental statues seem almost impossible to have been crafted and moved by an ancient society living on such a remote island. And yet, nearly 900 of them were created. The people responsible were the Rapa Nui, a Polynesian culture that flourished between the 15th and 16th centuries. These skilled artisans shaped the Moai from the soft volcanic rock found inside the crater of Rano Raraku, a dormant volcano that served as their primary quarry. But carving the statues was only half the challenge. The true mystery lies in how they transported these colossal figures across rugged terrain to various ceremonial platforms around the island. The leading theory suggests they used a combination of wooden sledges, forked tree trunks, and ropes woven from local plants, orchestrating a complex system of balance and coordination to make the statues walk upright across the land. Recent genetic studies suggest the ancestors of the Rapa Nui may have originated from Southeast Asia, possibly Indonesia, thousands of years before they reached the island, long before the age of European exploration. Their civilization, though small in scale, was incredibly sophisticated. One of the most intriguing yet lesser-known aspects of their culture is the mysterious written language known as Rongorongo. Etched into wooden tablets, its characters resemble ancient glyphs, but to this day, no one has succeeded in translating their meaning. And here's something that surprises many. Those massive heads you see in photos? They're not just heads. In 2012, excavations revealed that most Moai actually have full torsos buried beneath the earth, complete with arms and intricate carvings. What we thought were just giant heads are, in fact, full-bodied sculptures. another twist in the ever-deepening puzzle of Easter Island. Stretching across the arid plains of southern Peru lies one of the world's most puzzling masterpieces etched into the earth itself, the Nazca Lines. These enormous geoglyphs, some extending hundreds of meters, have sparked countless theories, from ancient deities to visitors from beyond our world. But despite the popular sci-fi interpretations, there's no credible evidence linking these massive drawings to anything extraterrestrial. In fact, archaeologists have uncovered plenty of clues that point to the Nazca civilization as the true creators. Pottery fragments, tools, and settlement traces found near the site all match the style and culture of the local people who lived there over 2,000 years ago. The scale and precision of the designs are staggering. There are over 70 stylized figures representing animals like hummingbirds, monkeys, whales, and spiders, alongside hundreds of straight lines, spirals, and complex geometric shapes. These were not random doodles. They were planned and executed with remarkable coordination, using wooden stakes to plot points, ropes for alignment, and simple digging tools. Workers carefully scraped away the reddish surface soil to reveal the lighter limestone beneath. This contrast made the images stand out against the desert backdrop. But what was the purpose of these gigantic creations? Researchers believe the lines had spiritual significance deeply tied to survival. Living in one of the driest environments on Earth, the Nazca people depended heavily on natural cycles. Many of the animal figures are thought to represent fertility, water, and life-giving forces. The geometric shapes, especially the long lines and trapezoids, may have served as ritual paths, spaces where offerings and ceremonial acts were performed in honor of gods believed to control rain and crops. These lines were more than just art. They were prayers written on the earth itself, designed to be seen not from the ground, but from the heavens. Whether meant for divine beings, or as a way to align with celestial events, the Nazca Lines remain a testament to the creativity, belief system, and engineering knowledge of a civilization that faced extreme environmental challenges with astonishing vision. Among the many wonders left behind by ancient civilizations, few inspire as much awe and as many questions as the towering pyramids of Egypt. These colossal stone structures rising from the sands of the Giza Plateau are more than just tombs. They are monuments to ambition, innovation, and the incredible coordination of an ancient society. While there are over 100 pyramids scattered throughout Egypt, one stands above them all, the Great Pyramid of Giza, built for Pharaoh Khufu around 2550 BCE. It remains the only surviving member of the original 7 wonders of the ancient world. Standing over 140 meters tall at its peak, and originally covered in smooth white limestone, the Great Pyramid wasn't just a burial site, it was a symbol of divine power and eternal legacy. Constructing it required more than just physical strength. It demanded advanced understanding of mathematics, astronomy, and architecture, centuries ahead of its time. Historians estimate that it took over 30,000 skilled workers and laborers, possibly more, nearly 2 decades to complete. These people weren't enslaved, as once believed, but likely paid laborers who lived in nearby temporary cities built specifically to support the construction effort. The scale of the task is mind-blowing. Over 2 million limestone and granite blocks were quarried, shaped, transported, and stacked, some weighing as much as 80 tons. And here's where the mystery deepens. How were these blocks moved with such precision and placed to form a structure still standing over 4,500 years later? Some theories suggest the use of sledges and wet sand to reduce friction, while others propose intricate ramp systems that have yet to be fully proven. Despite decades of research, no single explanation has answered all the questions. What's certain is this: the construction of the Great Pyramid was not a random act of stacking stones. It was a monumental project orchestrated with incredible precision, designed to align with specific stars and points of the compass. Even today, engineers marvel at how tightly the stones fit together, so precise that not even a sheet of paper can slide between them. The Great Pyramid isn't just an architectural achievement, it's a coded message from a civilization obsessed with eternity, power, and the mysteries of the cosmos. Deep in the heart of the Yucatan Peninsula, rising above the jungle like a silent sentinel of a lost world, stands one of the most astonishing creations of the ancient Maya, the Temple of Kukulcán. Located in the city of Chichen Itza, this pyramid is more than just an architectural wonder. It's a living calendar, an acoustic marvel, and a sacred monument loaded with astronomical secrets. Despite the eventual fall of the Maya cities before European conquest, their knowledge continues to leave modern scientists in awe. The structure we see today was built atop an older pyramid, layered like a time capsule of Maya ingenuity. Every stone, every angle, every detail reflects a civilization deeply connected to the cosmos. The Maya were expert observers of the sky. Their priests meticulously studied the movement of the stars, the phases of the moon, and the path of the sun, all of which were woven into their architecture. The Pyramid of Kukulcán, named after their feathered serpent deity, was designed to embody their calendar system and religious beliefs in physical form. Take the stairs, for example. Each of the 4 sides contains 91 steps, and when you add the top platform, the total comes to 365, the exact number of days in a solar year. But the brilliance doesn't stop there. Twice a year, during the spring and autumn equinoxes, the sun casts a shadow along the northern stairway that creates the illusion of a serpent slithering down the pyramid. This effect is no accident. It was engineered with staggering precision, a symbolic descent of Kukulcán himself from the heavens to the earth. And then there's the sound. When visitors clap at the base of the stairway, the echo that bounces back mimics the chirp of the quetzal bird, a sacred creature in Maya culture believed to represent the voice of the gods. This acoustic phenomenon isn't random. The pyramid's geometry manipulates sound in a way that seems almost magical, a deliberate design that shows the Maya understood principles of resonance and vibration long before modern science defined them. The Temple of Kukulcán isn't just an ancient monument, it's a complex fusion of science, art, spirituality, and nature. Every brick carries meaning. Every shadow tells a story. It's a reminder that the Maya didn't just build for beauty, they built for eternity. High in the Peruvian Andes, perched nearly 2,400 meters above sea level and hidden among cloud-kissed peaks, lies one of the most iconic and mysterious sites of the ancient world, Machu Picchu. Built around the mid-15th century by the Inca Empire, this breathtaking citadel continues to leave historians, archaeologists, and explorers speechless, not just because of its beauty, but because of the monumental effort it took to create such a complex city in one of the most inaccessible landscapes on the planet. Stretching from modern-day Chile to Ecuador, the Inca Empire was the largest in pre-Columbian America, yet Machu Picchu remained unknown to the outside world until the early 20th century. One of its biggest mysteries, how the Incas managed to move and fit together thousands of heavy granite stones on steep, rugged terrain with no wheels, no iron tools, and no written language to document the process. While the nearby mountains provided the raw material, extracting and shaping these stones was no simple task. The Incas developed clever methods to exploit nature itself. One of their techniques involved pouring water into natural cracks in the granite during the day and letting the cold mountain temperatures at night freeze and expand the water. This would gradually widen the fissures and break the stone apart. No explosives, no machinery, just brilliant environmental engineering. Once freed, the stones were shaped and transported using manpower, wooden rollers, and even sloped paths carved directly into the mountain. But what was the true purpose of Machu Picchu? That's a question that still sparks debate. Some believe it was a sacred retreat for Inca royalty, possibly Emperor Pachacuti himself. Others suggest it functioned as a ceremonial center where priests and astronomers observed celestial events. There are even theories that Machu Picchu was a kind of elite university, where the brightest minds of the Inca world studied agricultural innovation and astronomy. With its precision stonework, agricultural terraces, and stunning alignment with astronomical events like solstices, Machu Picchu isn't just a lost city, it's a masterclass in ancient science, strategy, and spirituality. The fact that it remains largely intact, despite centuries of earthquakes, weather, and time, only adds to its legend. It's not just a place you visit, it's a puzzle that dares you to solve it. Deep in the desert canyons of southern Jordan lies a city that seems carved straight from a dream, Petra, the ancient capital of the Nabateans. Hidden behind towering cliffs and accessible only through a narrow passageway called the Siq. This lost city was sculpted directly into rose-colored stone over 2,000 years ago. It's not just a city, it's a masterpiece etched into the mountains, where architecture and landscape blend in a way that seems almost otherworldly. Petra wasn't just a spiritual or ceremonial site, it was a thriving commercial hub, perfectly located along major trade routes that linked the east and west. Spices, silk, incense, and precious metals flowed through its streets, and the Nabateans, masters of hydraulics, built complex systems of aqueducts and reservoirs to keep the desert city alive. Their knowledge of water engineering allowed them to flourish in one of the most arid regions on Earth. But Petra's rise didn't last forever. In the 5th century, 2 powerful earthquakes shook the region, damaging large portions of the city and making it vulnerable. As trade routes shifted and the Roman Empire expanded, Petra began to fade from prominence. Eventually, its people abandoned it, and the desert slowly reclaimed the once vibrant city. For centuries, Petra was little more than a legend whispered by nomads, until 1812, when a Swiss explorer, Johann Burckhardt, disguised himself as an Arab pilgrim and rediscovered its secrets. Today, Petra stuns with its massive royal tombs, intricately carved facades like the treasury and the monastery, colonnaded streets, stone gates, sacrificial altars, and obelisks. And here's the most mind-blowing part. Archaeologists estimate that only about 1% of Petra's entire area, over 264 square kilometers, has been thoroughly excavated. That means the city is still hiding countless stories, buried beneath centuries of sand and silence. Every corner of Petra whispers a forgotten tale. And as technology advances, new discoveries continue to emerge, challenging what we thought we knew about this ancient wonder and the people who once called it home. And these are just a few of the ancient wonders that continue to challenge everything we thought we knew about history, science, and human potential. Behind every stone, there's a question, and behind every ruin, a story still waiting to be told. If this kind of mystery fascinates you as much as it fascinates me, you're in the right place. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and join me, the curious Moai, as we uncover more secrets from the shadows of the past. See you in the next one.